Hey guys, Friday feeling on a Thursday. First time we've ever done a Thursday. And topic today.
Oh, wait, what episode is this?
Oh God.
This
What
is season
season
two.
is this?
Season 2, episode 3.
I think this should show everybody where I'm at right now. It's been a very eventful day here. Personally, dealing with putting out a couple of fires and then also just in the midst of running class. Yeah, so season 2, episode 3. Mr. Cole, what are we talking about? I have no idea what we're talking about. I never know until the moment. But this one, my brother said he had an idea.
Oh, I was just kidding, but I actually.
Well,
I do have an idea.
well,
No, I have an
something
idea.
just struck
No,
me.
I have an idea. I did have an idea. I was just gonna say that, like, we talked about settling into a new year, and it's just wild because already I feel like I have these new routines, and I'm, new people we're looking for, and the people who were here before the past, it's still very much alive. Like, that's never
Always.
gone.
Yeah,
I really
like we
feel
were
that.
saying last
Yep.
week.
But like, just the funny little games that we were talking about this today in class. That, like, you can make anything into a game, and if you do that, it's a way of taking charge of your day. So I got to give a shout out to
I love
to
that.
Spence. Got to get Spencer Fear. Got to give a shout out to him because he has come up with the most genius idea, which is he has in his possession a hacky sack, and he is under orders for me to. He is free to surprise me with that at any time, in any moment, except for during prayer, because my eyes are closed. So that wouldn't be fair. I wouldn't be able to see it.
You can't enter a prayer.
Yeah, but
No,
you
can't
can't
do that.
You can't enter a
right?
prayer.
Anything else is fair game, and so it's just and we're gonna. I get 3 strikes and I'm out, and so we see how long I can keep it alive before he gets me 3 times. So the first time he got me today for the 3rd time, and that was 3 days. So we're gonna see how.
Okay.
But I love it because I'm always looking. It's just keeping me active and alert. And if you can make it into a game, then it's a way of being lighthearted with your day. Like sometimes you get all these things that you need to do, and they're important, I guess. But then, it can have a heavy feeling to it. But if you turn it into a game, or you create some little game, the more nonsensical the game, the better. It's just a way to make it instantly. It lightens everything up, and it's fun. And that's the thing. You got to have fun. Got to have fun in your day. Our grandfather always said you can't beat fun, which is true. And you have to have fun.
He did. I forgot that he did say that.
Well,
you can't beat fun.
Well, like, the thing is, like, as you grow older, you kind of think you have to, like, become more of an adult and, like, follow all these things. But, like, you always have to be a little childish at heart. You always have to, like, incorporate fun into
Well,
whatever you're doing.
what's
Because,
the,
I mean,
what
you're
is
gonna,
the Bible
you're gonna,
verse,
you're gonna,
right?
You're,
You can't enter the kingdom of heaven with Eric. What is Mr.
Except
Cole?
you become as a little child. That's
Right.
just it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think that's the core of what that is saying.
So I definitely struggle with this. I will. I will be the first one to admit that.
I'd agree with that. Definitely.
Well, especially because it changes, right? Based where. That's
Couldn't help it. Sorry.
nobody knows me better than my brother.
no.
It also changes and shifts where you're at in life. I think, and I'm just loosely generalizing here, but I feel like, at least in my life, when I look at it, the guys are playing easier than the girls. Now, for me, though, I'm looking at it from, I always have to bring my motherhood perspective into it, because I have a lot of stuff I have to be responsible for.
Right.
I have to organize, and it's got to be, I just kind of feel like a go in my head. And I know I get too caught up because I can feel it. I can feel the heaviness of my energy and vibe. My kids respond to it. You guys will respond to it in here too. So it's very hard for me, though, to just to take that step back. And also, sometimes I have a mental block. Like, well, the first thing I thought, Mr. Cole, when you said that was, well, what would be my game? I can't even think of one.
Well, and I was just thinking when you were saying that it's just being open, I think, to, and it's not going to be something that you invent necessarily. It's just kind of putting out the energy that like you're open to kind of these suggestions, because I never would have thought of that idea. That was his idea completely, about surprising me with the hacky sack. And then as soon as he said it, it was like, that's perfect. I never could have thought of that. I never would have thought of that. But then it's almost like if you get in a certain attitude, then it invites that stuff in, and then more of that starts to happen, and then it just gets better and better. You don't have to do it on your own. See, that's the thing too. When we get serious, we feel like we have to carry the load by ourselves, or that we got to come up with things on our own. It's actually a lot better to just kind of kick back and let somebody else figure it out. And if you're just put out goodwill, it tends to happen. Like, I'm trusting that more and more.
Yeah, and like one of the things I like to say is that the little things matter more than anything.
Yeah.
And like when
Yeah.
you incorporate it into the little things, just a little bit of lightheartedness. Like especially last year, because we would always hide the rabbit from you.
Yes.
And like just the little
We'll have
things.
to bring
like,
the jackrabbit on so everybody can see. They had a jackrabbit that
Yeah.
would move throughout my brother's classes.
and we always like tried to make him figure out where it was.
Well, and it's funny because now I have the seventh period class this year is the only one they've kind of picked up on that.
I told them to.
Yeah, and because you did it right, and
Yeah.
see, and that's great. So see, then it continues, and so the first time they did that, they hit it inside the podium, and I say, guys, look, like that's not a game because I have no chance of finding it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be in plain sight. So they put it in the lamp today, and I just happened to notice like right away, and I said something like, got it, and then they were, and I said, that's too easy. And then this guy who's transferred in this year,
Gavin?
I just love, that guy's fantastic. and he's like, I'm going to get you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, we're going to see. So
That's
already,
fun.
like, I'm looking forward to that because of that. Like it's just letting go and just letting your natural, because we all have that inside us. It's just, you got to revisit it. You got to find that little kid inside there.
Something as small as like hiding that from you can make you look forward to it every single day.
It's weird, isn't it?
And like
Yeah.
so the little things really just do matter.
And
the
like
most.
you said, it's everything. Like, or just stopping and asking people before I start class. I like to say, "Hey, how's everybody's day going?" And I'm not doing that just to expect them to say, "Oh, great," and then we move on. It's like, okay, how's it going? Just relate to people a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
actually
like-
taking the time to find out how somebody is instead of a generalized.
Yeah.
And like there's statistics that show that Americans' mental health is better than a lot of foreign countries because it's a customality in the United States to say hi, how are you? And in a lot of other countries you don't do that. And
That's a good point.
and so like
Now that you're
that
saying
small-
that, I've seen that in traveling.
even that small like thing, a lot of people feel more open to like saying they're talking about their mental health in the United
Yeah.
States than they do in other countries.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That
Yeah.
personally tends to find me. I'm sure my brother can attest. I have some pretty random and amazing conversations just to the checkout line at Kroger
Yeah.
or the post office and
Yeah.
and the conversations that have happened and the things I found out about people from just asking that simple question.
Where's Jack?
I don't know where Jack is right now. I thought he was in my brother's room. So if he's not in there,
Wait, where's your brother's room?
Mr. Cole's
010.
zero
Across
yeah.
the hall
He's not in there?
and down.
Well, we'll
one.
be finished in a couple minutes and we'll help you find him. Okay. Thank you.
Great.
See, hey,
Great,
that's
great.
that's
that was
that's
a
real
great
life.
that was a great guest appearance.
That was.
That was a
Wonderful
great
guest
guest
appearance, and also I like that. That's just a real life
Yep.
Yeah.
moment.
That's it.
We got a minute left. So
Yeah, so really what I'm saying to myself is if you can just let go, just trust in and really then it's about just appreciating, we've said this so many times, but appreciating the people that you're around in whatever moment you're in. You're going to be tired sometimes, you're going to be up in your head, but if you can just take a second, look around, and just say, you know what, here we are now, and it goes so quickly. It was like yesterday, and Ty's sitting there with Jack. He's a first day of ninth grade. Jack's first day of kindergarten. Now he's a senior. Like it just
And Jackson third
and
grade.
Jack's in third grade. You just So really just enjoy it. You know, if you just enjoy it, then there are no expectations of performance. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You're just there and you're just enjoying it.
There's no better moment than the present.
No better
Yeah,
moment than the
yeah.
present. There we go.
Yeah.
We're at time. Keep
Great.
it light.
Love it.
Make it a game.
Awesome.
And everyone have a great Labor Day weekend.
Oh yeah, that is this week.